Beyond the Bell Branch is the LA Unified School District's department that oversees all before and after school programs or anything that happens outside the school day. And so we're operating at over 700 school sites, elementary, middle, and high schools, and serving over 175,000 students a day in a comprehensive before or after school program.
And how does that relate to sports and athletic programs? What's the breakdown on that within the Beyond the Bell?
Well, within our programs, we focus on three areas. We focus on an academic assistance program to help students support what they're doing during the school day. We focus on an enrichment program, which includes the visual and performing arts and science and STEM-based activities. But the LA84 connection is specific to sports. What we're doing is we're including our sports across all of our programs so that students are daily taking part in skill instruction, leading to intramural league competitions, and then to district-wide competitions among their peer groups in 4 core sports, as well as 6 additional sports that are both team and individual sport-oriented.
Tell us a little bit about the importance with the coaches directly working with the kids.
One of the greatest benefits of our work with LA84 Foundation is giving our coaches, our instructors, who are often college-age students themselves, giving them the tools they need to actually teach a sport sequentially. So you have to first learn to do one step before you go to the next. And they teach that in a way that can make them go from introductory to becoming very proficient at a sport and becoming successful at it. So the investment by LA84 Foundation is really in that skill development Monday through Friday program so that the students are getting a great benefit.
Right. Can you tell us about, with that coaching, how has it been beneficial for the kids in terms of the kids going play more than one sport?
Yeah, the interaction's much better because the students have connected with a role model. And so that role model may coach multiple sports. So when they find that they're successful and interested in one sport, they move on to the next sport and stay with that coach because they see that that they have a positive connection, they're successful, and they want to do more. So what we find are that our coaches are now better able to make those connections, make sure that they're teaching and coaching in a positive way that will lead to that success.
Are you able to find a correlation between the kids participating in after-school sports with academics and with their school?
You know, the correlation is not evident that there's a direct connection that sports lead to that academic achievement. What we do know, though, is that the students are not losing anything academically by participating, because there is a thought out there that if students are distracted by extracurricular activities, sports, that they won't do their homework, they won't do well in school, and in fact take away from their academic achievement. What we have found is that is absolutely not the case. They do not lose anything. In fact, we're only having positive gains. Right at this time, those gains are not statistically significant in academic areas, but what we are finding is that in the areas of English language development, for our students that do not come to school with proficient English skills, the fact that they're participating in sports and having a good English-speaking role model in their coach and in some of their fellow students, that their ability to learn English and master it and have that apply to their school work is significantly better for those students that participate in our program.
And can you explain the relationship that LA84 and what they supply to the program in terms of coaching and services and equipment?
It's the core of our program. Without LA84 Foundation, we would have one coach who is responsible for all of the supervision of a playground as well as trying to conduct activities in a meaningful way. So LA84's investment in our program, which has now been 6 years at $3,250,000 in excess, really goes to pay for additional staff Monday through Friday so that that staff can be focused on a particular sport, particular teams and students, and developing those skills sequentially. So they are trained by LA84 principals and then they transfer that training into how they coach their students.
One other question, in terms of participation, you noted the increase in girls, in female participation. Can you speak to that, and what are some of the numbers on that?
Well, the numbers have doubled. We started in the low 4,000 participation of girls in our first year, 2008, and we're now over 8,000 girls are participating. So proportionately, the girls' numbers have doubled. The boys' numbers have increased because overall our numbers have increased, but we have been strategic about finding the girls in our programs, giving them success, giving them good coaching so that they participate not just in one sport, but in multiple sports. So it was a strategic goal on our part to find the girls what they wanted to do and to help them be successful in it. And I think what is obvious is that success breeds success in these programs. Once they participate once and have that peer group connection and that good coach role model, all of a sudden they want to take part more often and become successful in others.
And will you add other sports as time goes on, or are you content with the sports that you have now?
Well, we have the 4 core sports. That's all we were really asked to start with, and that is flag football, it's basketball, soccer, and softball. What we did immediately is we have added 6 additional supplemental sports, which includes track and field, cross country, futsal, volleyball, and 2 others that I can't remember right now. But those supplemental sports have been added to give tennis was one of the other ones, excuse me, and rugby, flag rugby. Can I do a retake on that? But anyway, we've added those supplemental sports so that students not necessarily have to be part of a team, they can sometimes compete individually. But it also has sparked an interest in additional sports. What was interesting is although softball was well attended, it was our least attended sport. And when we tried out volleyball, all of a sudden we saw higher girl participation, number one. We saw more interest in practicing on a daily basis, and more schools would enter our weekend competitions. So we have flipped our core sports and taken softball and made it an optional sport or supplemental sport, and we've made volleyball that core sport so that we can tap into a higher interest level.